Hello, today is August 19th, 2015, and this video is going to show how to hang the Zig-Zag wall shelf, which we have laying on the table here on a blanket. And I'm going to pick that up and show you what it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to turn it around and show you the back side. That's what goes up against the wall. There's a cutout right here where my fingers are. And there's an opening in the tube, which we're going to slide over a circular piece of wood that we're going to mount to the wall. And then we have two more spots here and down here for cleats to help secure it to the wall. And the piece is signed and dated right there at the bottom on the back of that triangle. Okay, so we're going to come over and we're going to eventually mount it to the wall. And we are going to determine how high we want it to be. So in this case, we measured from the floor to where we wanted it to be the top of the shelf. And then we subtracted 1.25 inches from that, where we will mount the first piece, which is the circular piece of wood that's going to go onto the wall. And that's going to be mounted 1.25 inches below where we want the top of the shelf to be. I'm going to mount this. Now I had previously mounted this for a test, so I already have two holes here with plastic anchors in here, and I marked the two other spots that it goes. But the very first thing you do is you just put one screw in, and these are included when you receive your shelf. And there's a little mark that says up. Okay, and then on the back it says this side against the wall, and then that's up, and that's written upside down. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this circular block to the wall, but I'm going to make sure that it's level, meaning vertically level. I'm going to just snug this up just a little bit. Okay, so it's snug, and then what I'm going to do is get the level and make sure this line is vertical and the level is right here. So we're going to line that line up here and make sure the bubble is where we want it to be. So I'm going to have to turn that thing a little bit. A little bit more. So that that line is lined up and the level is good. So I just need to move it just a teeny bit more. Okay, that's good. So that's level, and the next thing I'm going to do is put the bottom screw in here. But what you do before that is you put screws here and here to mark where you're going to put your plastic anchor. Just for this test piece, I'm just going to do the top and the bottom. But for the actual final installation, you should have all 4 screws in there, okay? Okay, just by hand, snug these up, and like I said, for the final installation, you'll put 2 more in there, okay? So then the next thing we do is we grab the shelf we're going to slide that over there. There's little notches cut out of there so that the screws that are inside there have relief and can be mounted to the wall, okay? So now I'm just going to take this and slide this on over the circle, and then I put a level on here, okay? It's good to have a second person. Jenny Yang here is helping me, and so now I'm going to, this moves back and forth until it gets level. Okay, so you can see that that's level, and I'm pressing it against the wall, and then I come in and I draw a line underneath here, here, and then also at these two spots. And then the one down here. So I'm drawing a line on the wall to tell me where to mount the cleats, okay? And then I'm going to take this off, the level off, and then I'm going to pull the shelf off. Mount it off, put it off to the side, put it out of the way, okay? So now you can see that we've got this marked, and like I said, I previously have the holes there from when I did this before, and I will take a plastic anchor. These plastic anchors, you could use something else, but these are good. Okay, these go into the drywall, and I mark those with a screw also by putting the brackets on the wall, okay? So I line that up. You line that up right to the marks that we have right there, and then you mark where the holes go through these 4 holes that are, or 5 holes that are drilled in there, okay? And it says, you can see it says wall, upper cleat. Okay, so now I'm going to put the plastic anchors in. Since I already marked them with a screw, I took a screw, and once I had it in position, I put those, marked them with at each spot, so that tells me where to put in the various different plastic anchors. Okay, so I've got this cleat, and I put in 2 screws. I'm only doing 2 for this particular installation. And notice that each one of the dowels has a hole drilled into it, which we're going to at the very end come through at the very bottom of the shelf and put a small screw into the bottom of the shelf that actually goes through the dowel pin, which then keeps it away from the wall, or keeps it tight to the wall, I should say. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put this cleat on the wall here. And I just do it by hand to kind of snug it up, and then we'll put this one in. So for the final installation, go ahead and put all of the cleats in, all the way down, okay? So I marked the other ones, so I will do the same thing with these 2 cleats. Okay, the bottom is finished the same as the shelf, so that it'll blend right in. So I'm going to put this one here, and then this one here. So I'm just putting the last cleat in, the lower cleat, and I got the plastic anchors there, so I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You've got the circle and the cleats, and now we slide the shelf onto that, and we come through the bottom with the screws provided, and we pin it here, and there's also a screw that goes up through here, which keeps the shelf from being pulled away from the wall. And okay, and then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the little screws in the bottom and put those into there, kind of push it up against the wall, and just hand tighten those. So that keeps it from pulling off the wall, and you come through and you put those into each of the other spots as well. And then the very last one is right here. We can put this up through here. And then that's securely mounted to the wall.